2, 1. How's it going, YouTube? We're going to make sure that we're live real quick. Right now. I actually have to go all the way back over there so we can actually be the front screen. Producing videos is hard, guys. You have no idea. Welcome, everybody, to the best wrestling podcast on Color Circuit. Why?
Because it's the only wrestling podcast on Color Circuit.
That's right, guys. You've been waiting long enough for us to make our long-waited return to Color Circuit so we can tell you all that's going on in the world of professional wrestling like you don't know. Like you aren't with us watching the same things we are. That's why you need us. That's why they need this show. Isn't that right?
Yeah, everything going on right now is like a telenovela.
Oh, my God.
Like, oh, man. It's like, oh, is he with him?
No lie.
Jeez.
No lie, though. For real. I'm going to make us full screen real quick. I'll be right back. Why don't you give everybody the rundown on what we're going to be talking about today?
So, start off, we'll probably talk about AEW, the big idea by Cody and the Young Bucks, funded by, I don't know the guy's name off the top of my head, but he's part owner, or his dad owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to be doing an announcement tomorrow. I'm excited about that, about Double or Nothing. We're going to talk about Wrestle Kingdom. And the big story, where's Kenny?
Where does Kenny go from here?
Where does Kenny go?
Real quick.
Sure.
Look at this shirt.
I mean, that's cute.
I'm wearing the man. All right. This is the man.
Yeah.
All right. It goes Kenny Omega, the man, equal.
Okay.
Equal.
Like
you
touch.
thought, well, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
It's been a while. How was your holiday?
Oh, it was good. I had some time off from work. That was good. I caught up on some wrestling.
Yeah.
I caught up on getting my back not hurting. And yeah, pretty much. How was your Christmas? You get anything cool?
I got this shirt. I got a lot. I got a new coffee maker.
Nice.
Oh my! I was not ready. I was not ready for the level of purity in that first pot of coffee.
Is it like one of those Keurigs, or is it like a?
Oh, it's a fucking ninja, dude.
Oh,
it's a ninja coffee maker. My mom got it for me.
That's
it's
awesome.
Fucking sweet.
I will find any excuse to tell you what I got for Christmas.
Oh,
I got
good
these.
segue.
I mean, I got these Jordan Court purples. I got some money for Christmas, and then I spent some of my own money, and I got these. These are super expensive. Anybody else is a sneakerhead like myself know that these are worth quite a bit, and I got them, and they're my faves. Anyway, and I had to wear like my one purple shirt just to give an excuse to wear them.
Yeah, you got a match.
Yeah. Got a way to put my shoe back on.
Real quick, because there has been a lot. We have missed a lot of news lately. So, real quick, how was WWE's TLC pay-per-view?
Saw right.
All right.
I mean, it was good.
You were there with me.
I know.
I mean, it was kind of weird when like my friends showed up and
Actually, they're my friends too.
yeah, it's kind of weird when our friends showed up and I love Nick to death, but he was in a sourpuss mood.
Really, I didn't get that at all from him.
Like every 5 seconds, it was like snarky comment after snarky comment.
Bro, it's pro wrestling. Like,
I know.
You can't expect that.
I know, but I don't come into your house and shit on the things you love.
I mean, you do.
Well, yeah, but you love shitty things.
You literally pull down your pants and shit on things.
Hey,
you love.
you know, I have a medical condition.
Okay.
All right. Asuka is the new SmackDown Women's Champion.
Oh man, was I wrong?
I
mean, I think I thought that she would win, but I was wrong about her being buried now.
It was a Charlie Brown moment for me, where I'm talking to Linus. He's holding his blankie, and I'm going, you know, everything should be great. Asuka's champion, but I'm not happy. And I'll tell you why I'm not happy. I'll tell you why I'm not happy about it.
Because somebody's taking her place?
No. Ronda Rousey came out and interrupted the main event, and I get that it's supposed to be for WrestleMania, but at the same time, then what the fuck does that say about Asuka?
It doesn't say anything.
It doesn't. I don't think it makes her look very good.
What it says.
She needs to go on a tear. She needs to go on a tear for a year, basically, just destroying everyone in her path. And I think I'll be okay with this title win.
Okay,
but it's kind of like, don't get me wrong, I love it. I love Asuka. She's my favorite wrestler right now, not named Becky Lynch, or Aleister Black, because he's fucking fantastic.
Aleister Black's the best.
That Johnny Gargano Aleister Black match might have replaced one of the Undertaker matches in my top 3 favorite matches of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
I don't know which one, because it's like, do I give up the Undertaker Mankind match or the Shawn Michaels Undertaker match at WrestleMania 25? Which one do I give up? Because nothing's replacing Ember Moon versus Asuka at TakeOver Brooklyn 3.
That one surprises me.
I shouted, "Tap you, bitch, tap!" when Ember Moon when Asuka trapped her in the Asuka lock.
All right, fair enough.
I said out loud before the match started, "I'm not ready to watch Asuka lose." I was in my apartment by myself, and I'm literally sitting there going, "Oh, I don't want to see Asuka lose this match," and she didn't, and I flipped out. Anyway. But that Aleister Black Johnny Gargano match was great. No, so Asuka is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. Daniel Bryan is doing the best heel work ever.
Yeah,
not ever, but
no, you're being facetious. It's fine.
Yeah, his character work is insane, though.
Oh yeah, it's
I don't
great.
think
he's been pent up for years. He's been waiting for an outlet to say all this stuff.
I don't think anybody could have predicted. This was where they were going to take Daniel Bryan's character.
My brother did.
Oh.
Dude, you won't be surprised.
Actually, I take that back. I did suggest they turn him heel when he was first announced to return.
My brother has this weird knack of calling things in wrestling, even though he doesn't watch wrestling.
You naysayed my Daniel Bryan prediction, and that's why I backed off of it.
Well, because I said, didn't I say verbatim, the better story to tell is Miz winning the Rumble.
Yeah.
And then Daniel Bryan being the heel
It does not seem like
respect.
It does not seem like WWE agrees with you.
No, yeah, they're not doing that anymore.
I don't think we're ever going to see that title on Miz again.
I think after right
because this was the time to do it. Mm-hmm. This was the time to do it. I don't think they're going to do it.
No, they needed a match for Shane.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Why? Why Shane?
I mean, he's
Shane. I'm good. I don't miss him. Anyway, so that's what you have missed up until now.
Also, I would like to say that Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega versus Tanahashi and Will Ospreay. Mm-hmm. Fantastic tag match that happened a couple days before Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, that's with the
29th.
Hurricane Rana spot, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. That match was phenomenal. Probably the best tag match of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have a lot of competition.
Yeah, it's also not a real tag because they're two single stars and then a tag team maybe. But that's not the point. The point is that match was awesome.
So now that we have given you the bullet points of the end of 2018, let's kick off our podcast in regular fashion.
Hey, Connor.
Yes.
Hey, what'd you watch this week?
God, I've been bad. I tried to watch NXT because I wanted to watch the Matt Riddle Cassius Ohno match.
It's okay, I got you.
Oh, it was such a slog. It was such a slog to get through this clip show just to watch.
Dude, I had fun with it. Like I said, I've been off for the last 2 weeks, so I actually had time to watch stuff. And when I saw it was a clip show, I was like, oh, cool.
Although I
always need an excuse to watch stuff because I'm very bad about rewatching stuff.
Oh yeah.
I always like an excuse to rewatch stuff.
It was cool to see I forget what their fucking stupid tag team name is, but it was cool to see Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan versus Undisputed Era. Yeah, they do. It's like the 1-2 or something.
No. They don't have a tag team. They're
okay.
Burch and Lorcan.
Good.
But people call them like Thing 1 and Thing 2. I heard someone say this by accident, and I was like, is that their new name? And I want it to be the new name now. Because it was, what were they from? The United States and the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Call themselves United.
Yeah.
That's a cool name. You can see merch where it's like United, where it's like half American, half British flag.
Right.
And then a 1 and a 2.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
No, I like that. But so I tried to watch it. Man, a clip show? Okay.
That makes sense.
I get it.
It just seems like it's always like this at this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Because we always every time it's Rumble Takeover. It's always like, oh man, this card wasn't booked as. Oh, nobody cares about any of the matches. This might be the first bad takeover. And then it ends up being one of the best.
Oh, every takeover always delivers.
Yeah.
I need to get back into watching NXT UK so I can get ready for NXT UK Takeover.
I made the decision that I'm not watching UK until the Takeover. Takeover will be my first UK.
I'm down. Yeah, I'll probably.
Just because
I'll watch the Takeover and then get
way too much to watch.
They need to make the show either 2 hours
or 1 hour.
Or 1 hour.
Just make it 1 hour.
Yeah,
who cares?
It's
I think they were trying to establish stories and characters before their takeover.
It's just like when I watch in it, like my Wednesday is I have my Wednesday timeline figured out. I'm gonna watch NXT. I'm I'm gonna watch NXT UK, the one episode, and then I'm gonna play Red Dead Redemption 2, and then
playing that?
Dude, I'm on my third playthrough.
Right.
I'm never gonna stop playing that game until it breaks, and I have no life. But so I'm like, all right, cool. NXT UK is out of the way. Time to watch the. Oh no. There's a second episode of NXT UK I gotta watch. Okay.
Yeah. I think my guess is that they're going to go back down to 1 hour a week once TakeOver is over.
You think Tony Storm's taking that title off of Rhea Ripley? No.
It's too soon.
Also, like, you and I are convinced that she's just in there to establish the women's division because she's going to fucking Raw or SmackDown.
I think she'll go to NXT first.
Yeah.
Feud with whoever's champion, probably Shayna. Get that title, and then that's
I have your NXT TakeOver Phoenix prediction for
what?
The women's match.
Go ahead.
It's Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair.
Right.
You're clearly on the side of Shayna Baszler wins.
100%.
I don't know, man.
No, I think it is. I think
Bianca Belair is, and I quote, undefeated.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do another long undefeated streak like Asuka. So they gotta end it. And if you end it against basically the top person, it's not as bad as if losing to like just some random.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's just me. I think Bianca's gonna put in probably one of her best matches
ever. It's gonna be
and she's gonna become a babyface because I think that's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
As much as everybody like she's good as a heel, but I think everybody wants to cheer Bianca, so they're gonna put her as a face.
Okay, so other than like some of the obvious ones like Lars Sullivan, is there any real like bad guy in NXT? Like Tommaso Ciampa is the only person I can think of.
Ciampa, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish.
No one boos Adam Cole.
That doesn't mean shit. That's just a bad guy.
No one boos him.
Are you talking about crowd reactions?
I'm talking about people who actually get booed.
Okay.
Tommaso.
Bobby
Fish.
All right. There's more.
No one boos Kyle O'Reilly. They only boo his video game character because he doesn't do the guitar solo.
Gargano.
Yeah, Gargano gets booed.
You got Gargano, Ciampa. I would fight you and say Undisputed Era. Yeah, people like to cheer them, but that's because they're cool, not because they're good guys.
They're good guys.
They are 100% bad guys.
No, they're good guys.
They are bad guys.
They just hang out with each. I
can see them turning probably a couple of the new Dijakovic. He'll be a bad guy. He'll be fine.
His debut was like this, just like okay.
They should just call. I thought they were just going to call him Dijakovic.
That would have probably been better.
Not Dominic Dijakovic. You got way too many syllables, my friend.
Dominic DeLorean Discus
Double Cheeseburger Dijakovic with a Diet Coke. Like,
that was the most. That was like Test,
dude.
I saw him. It was immediately like, so Test,
dude. I just read the story of how he got the name Test.
Yeah, he was a roadie,
and they literally were just like, he would go up and they would test the microphones, and he'd go test, test, and Shawn Michaels, of course, dickhead Shawn Michaels, would come up and be like, I guess we got a name for him.
Didn't Edge, like, he came up with his name in the car literally the night of his debut?
No, he would just say test in the microphone.
I know, but like,
mic test.
Like, that's Edge's backstory is he was like on the car ride to his first like Raw and was like, Edge. Okay.
I thought he got it from Edge from U2. Isn't that the guy's name?
Yeah, the Edge.
Yeah, I think that's where he got it from.
They have nothing in common.
I never said they did.
I know. Why? Like, hey, it's good to see you, man.
Don't fucking touch me. Just kidding. Anyway,
you Rob Van Damned me.
What does that mean?
It means I went for the handshake and you went no.
Is that a Rob Van Dam thing?
Yeah, he did it to Sabu. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. But he did more of like a walk away.
Yeah.
He's like,
man,
we're best friends.
You know what's? I want to get in a time machine. And this is the last statement I'll make before we get into the actual podcast. I want to get in a time machine. I want to take 1990s era Rob Van Dam.
Watch One Night Stand.
Yeah.
Because I do it every year just because it's so good.
Same.
God, I love that show.
It's the best wrestling pay-per-view.
You remember when Rob Van Dam had more than just one? He had more of a vocabulary rather than, yeah, man, and dude. No. Like, that's top premier shit.
What does RVD 420 mean? I just smoked your ass.
I just smoked your ass, daddy.
And then fucking Sabu shows up and just beats the shit. Totally like bandaged up. He's like cut everywhere. Yeah. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, hey, Sabu.
Yeah. He destroys a lean lean machine.
Oh, right.
Rhino.
One of the best matches.
Fit.
First off, like every match on the One Night Stand card was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The Mike Awesome Masato Tanaka match.
I love that match so much. I just watched. We're talking about things we watched this week. That was one.
What did you watch?
I'll start off small. I watched the newest GCW show.
Yeah.
I think it was called The Dynasty. It was PCO's farewell match against Masato Tanaka, as we were just talking about. And
what happened? Please tell me PCO's okay.
Oh yeah, he's fine. He won.
Well, yeah.
Somehow, even though he was the champion and he probably should have lost the title, but he didn't. And Joey Janela cut a heartfelt, like, these guys were my childhood, kind of cry. He was like cry faced, and he was like trying to. It was very sincere. But the match was great. They were just beating the shit out of each other with like tables and stuff. No super violence, but hard violence.
Yeah.
There was a couple matches that were like, what the fuck am I watching? They had a tag team death match. It's awful, dude. Like, yeah. I stand death matches. I understand them. I like a good one. One was just like, what are you guys doing?
One of the worst matches I've ever seen was an early ECW match between the Gangstas. And Public Enemy.
Yeah.
And it was trash. Like, I look away from the screen for 1 second. I turn, and fucking New Jack is just stabbing Rocco Rock with a fucking knife, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck am I watching?
No, this match it was Schlack and Marcus Crane, who they're fucking weird guys.
Fucking love Schlack.
Even though everybody's like, he's a Nazi. He's like, all right, cool.
Saw that motherfucker.
He's a deathmatch wrestler. Who gives a shit?
More importantly.
And Marcus Crane looks like he's fucked up all the time.
Nick Gage has said on one of my favorite promos ever, fucking Schlack, I saw that motherfucker smoking crack outside of his trailer. No wonder that motherfucker can't feel pain.
We'll get to it.
Like way to fucking...
I texted you after I watched that show because Tracy Williams... Hot Sauce Tracy Williams. Yeah. I don't know how much you know about him.
Not a whole lot.
Oh, he was, because I'll tell you why in a minute. He was the internet wrestling champion, or the independent wrestling champion in Powerbomb, which means he was like their overall champion throughout all their shows for like 300-something days. He's defended it 17 times. Holy shit. He has changed so much in the 2 years since I've seen him. He's fantastic. He's got a little bit bigger, and he's a lot better. Yeah. And I think he's going to have a breakout 2019. Also... Chris Dickinson. How much do you know about Chris Dickinson?
I've heard of him. I haven't seen a whole lot of his shit.
He is arguably one of the best unknown wrestlers out there.
Yeah.
He's been around forever, and he's so damn good. He had a death match with Nick Gage on this show, and he does not do death matches.
Fuck.
He literally, after the match was over, he said, I do not do these kind of matches, but for this company, I will. And that's where he was doing. It was like tubes or anything like that.
He's doing it with
the best, essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two guys I think are going to break out.
Do you think Dave Arquette would have won that fight?
No.
No, I mean like the legit fight, not the actual match.
No.
Yeah, Nick Gage would have killed him.
No, I think so. I'm not saying that David Arquette can't take a punch.
I know. I'm just
there's a difference between taking a punch and taking a punch.
I don't know. What was David Arquette's plan?
Well, he said literally a week before, he's like, if anybody tries to take advantage of me, I'm going to fight back.
Yeah.
So that's probably what happened. No. Anyway, let's not talk about that.
David Arquette's like quickly becoming one of like the independent darlings, which is gross to say.
Awesome. I love that shit.
I know, but it's gross.
I love the seedy underbelly of wrestling and the premier clean
I know,
shit,
but it's disgusting to say out loud that David Arquette's one of the highlights of the independent scene.
I also watched Beyond Wrestling. Heavy Wears the Crown. Pretty good show.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy beat Tracy Williams for the Independent Wrestling Championship.
Dude, Orange Cassidy.
Dude, he is so good.
I want him. I want to take him and put him in like my world of NXT because I'm like, I would make that motherfucker my champion.
He is the champion.
I know. He's so
That's insane.
Like that clip of him doing the drop kick with his hands in his pockets the entire time.
He does that.
So or I mean, it's a stupid spot, but when Jarvis Cottonbelly gets him in the I had no idea.
This was on this week's Bar Wrestling.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I didn't know it was. Oh, speaking of Bar Wrestling, did you see that GIF of Session Moth Martina?
Oh yeah, I watched the whole match.
My lady,
I watched the whole
my
match.
lady made some other lady
Dude,
real mad.
She's like you. She's like you as a female. It's
I fucking
insane.
love her. I love her so
like
much.
everything about her is you as a female.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I watched that. Yeah, and there was almost a shoot fight in that show
Shit.
with, ironically, Priscilla Kelly, because it looked like her and Delilah Doom were about to beat the shit out of each other for reals.
Oh my god.
Because I think they botched a spot and they were just kind of hitting each other for real.
Who would win that fight?
I don't know. But Darby Allin, dude. Darby Allin's great.
Yeah, okay. I would say Priscilla Kelly would win that fight.
I don't know who.
Delilah Doom.
Delilah Doom's stocky as fuck.
I know, but she seems too nice.
She is married to Eli Everfly, who is the biggest dickhead of the planet.
Really?
Like in a good way. Like he's not a jerk. I'm saying like he'll fuck around with anybody. He doesn't care. Like just from what I've seen, he'll flip off little kids in the audience.
Who the hell did he nearly kill at Joey Janela's Spring Break 2?
He broke Marco Stunt's foot.
Yeah.
Oh, at your Spring Break 2. Oh, Gringo Loco.
Yeah, he almost killed Gringo Loco.
Yeah, he like murdered him.
Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's why they banned the pile driver at Eli.
Yeah, but it was awesome. But then let's get into let's bury the lead.
All right. So that's what we watched in the time we've been away. Except Gray, I'm sorry, man. I really wanted to watch Wrestle Kingdom with you. I tried to get my shift covered. I tried real hard. It did not work. I was very bummed.
How late did you work?
I worked at like 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like if I could get my shift covered, like I would have been there.
I completely understood. I always make it a tradition. My birthday is always it's always because it's every year.
I wanted to watch Wrestle Kingdom with you.
Wrestle Kingdom always happens the night of my birthday.
I know. I wanted to see it live. I wanted to experience it for
great.
Not only because it's the Young Bucks and Cody's last New Japan Pro Wrestling show for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. So I'll pull up the card and I'll tell you what I thought of it.
But
have you watched it since?
No.
Okay.
Before we get into that,
cool.
Is there any as PG as WWE is? I don't think there's anything more wholesome and heartwarming than Marty Scurll wearing a party fedora, acting super drunk, and talking about the four most.
I got my friends here. Mojito 1, 2, 3, Mojito 4, Mojito 5.
To me, I'm like, that is a Christmas card. Like when they're holding the little stuffed tiger and he grabs it by the paw. I was like, I fucking love Marty Scurll so much.
Scurll's the best. He's the one I think would go to WWE.
I think he is going to.
Yeah.
They made a point in the Being the Elite to give him this really touching tribute. So that to me tells me it's like I don't think he's going to All Elite.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of reasons why. So we'll start with a review of Wrestle Kingdom, or you got more to talk about?
No, that's it. Like I'm definitely like, let's get into the meat of the matter.
Cool. All right. So pre-show match was the Gauntlet. Match was, it was a pre-show match.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really say. It came out with.
Did you miss the Rumble?
I mean, the Rumble's fun, but I don't know who half the people are usually, because it's like people who are like legends who are like, oh my god, can you believe this guy's here?
And Billy Gunn,
and there's like, I don't know who that is. It turns out he's like not a wrestler. He's like a biker.
Oh.
Like he's a cyclist or some shit. He's like famous in Japan, but we don't know who he is. Like that's the kind of how the Rumble feels to me. It's like that moment of hey, which is fun. Whatever.
You are not watching Wrestle Kingdom for the fun.
Yeah. So the winners were Togi Makabe, Toriano, and Taguchi, which is kind of amalgamation of three different factions, kind of. Taguchi, Japan, Chaos, and the main unit. So they came together. Yano and Makabe used to be in Most Violent Players. I believe that was what they were called, which was the pre-Chaos. It was Chaos before Chaos.
Yeah.
Shinsuke turned on Makabe. And Yano turned on Makabe. So that was kind of like their little like, hey, remember this? And they won. So that's pretty cool. I don't really think anybody looked good. Jeff Cobb looked fantastic in this match. Just throwing people. I love him. David Finlay got over huge. He got 3 eliminations, I believe.
Nice. 3
teams he eliminated. He was the pinfall. I could be mistaken. It could have been 2, but I believe he got 3. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Chuck Taylor, Beretta were there. They're great. But they got eliminated pretty quickly.
I can't believe, and maybe it's just the pedigree of the name New Japan, but every so often I'm not shocked, but I'm in awe that Chuck Taylor,
dude, Chuck Taylor is low key best in the world.
No, Chuck Taylor is
straight up.
Chuck Taylor is a great wrestler, but you see like what he tweets and the millions of gimmicks, and he's such a fucking goof that sometimes it's crazy to think that he's in the second biggest professional wrestling promotion
He's a former
in the
world champion.
Yeah, but PWG like PW
Twice.
Yeah, but PWG is like Dark Horse Comics going up against Marvel.
I guess that's fair. I would always say PWG is where everybody looks to for what's next. So
I would agree.
Like,
I would
him
agree.
winning the world title puts him in a position to get bigger things.
I probably just made some comic book nerd very mad anyway.
Yeah, because Dark Horse was supposed to be like, it's like the Green Party.
Yeah.
You know, they're just like they're great, but they just do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on. Like I said, Yano, Makabe, and Taguchi won. They'll be facing the Bullet Club the next day at New Year's Dash. They were unsuccessful. And yeah. The next match, the first actual real match on the pay-per-view, which everybody was like, why did they start off with this? Will Ospreay defeated Kota Ibushi for the Never Openweight Championship.
That I heard was a fantastic match.
Holy shit.
And from the stuff I saw, fucking Christ, Will Ospreay took everybody's advice and just started breaking everybody else's necks.
Yeah. He's like, oh, my neck hurts, I'll make yours hurt too. No, the match was pretty similar. If you saw, which I don't think you did, but if you saw their tag match.
Yeah, I saw the spots, but I didn't see the match.
Taken from that and moved into this match. A lot of callbacks to that. They did that same spot where he did a Hurricane Rana, lands on his feet and he turns. Whoever's doing camera shot on that.
Kevin Dunn showed up for a
slow
minute.
turn with, that's perfect. And the match seemed to be building harder and harder and harder and harder. And then it feels like at some point Will Ospreay just kind of snapped.
Yeah.
And just started going ham.
I love that finisher.
Oh, it's great. So I'll tell you what led up to this. It led up to Kota Ibushi was doing that shit where he was like start kicking harder. Will Ospreay got mad, did like a couple moves, big moves, and then he set him up perfectly. And he said he just kind of like, fine, if you guys want me to be this, and he just rips off the elbow pad and just back fists him with the fatness of his what would you call this? The bicep, tricep.
This is tricep, yeah.
And just batters him over
the 2 seconds I've worked out.
They say that he got concussed.
Yeah, it's nothing serious from what I've read, but
I don't believe that's true.
Ooh.
I think it's all storyline to make Will Ospreay look more of a killer.
Oh, okay, you don't think it's true?
I don't think he has a real concussion. But I'm not going to call out on him lying because it's wrestling. Who cares? Yeah. I hope he gets better if he does. If he is concussed, if he's not.
As far as we know, when Jim Ross ate that World's Strongest Slam, he actually suffered from anal linkage.
Yeah, that's gross.
They said it.
I think there's too much story banking off the fact that he got injured.
There's too much. There's too much like pride.
I think it's not real.
Like that's something I hope goes away in 2019 is the pride in actually injuring someone.
Yeah, no.
I'm over it already. It sucked with Nia Jax. It's not great with Will Ospreay.
That finishing move, I think he called it the Hidden Blade, is what they're calling it.
I thought it was Stormbreaker.
No, Stormbreaker is his power move.
Oh, that shows.
So the Stormbreaker, you get him in like a pedigree, throw him on your shoulder, still hooking like a pedigree, and then he flips him out, spins, catches him with a neck breaker, and slams it down.
Fucking A.
It's pretty cool. It's a cool looking move, but the Hidden Blade, that new move, you can tell that's a move he's going to be using on big people.
I like it. I like it. I thought when
He's been doing it for a while.
Well, when I saw the move, I was like, that's cool.
Yeah. The reason why I think it's fake is you can kind of see him graze his head.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he
with the underneath his fat right there, like that little like fatness right there. It looks like he just grazed him. So
yeah, it didn't seem like he made.
I think it might have been from something else because he did kick him right in the face.
It's Kota Ibushi, so for all we know, he's
not contract. He can chill for a couple months if he's really hurt. So yeah, and he's now your new never open weight champion.
Every title changed hands.
Every title changed hands.
That's insane.
That's pretty crazy. Because didn't last year like no titles change hands?
Yeah, I don't think you need. Yeah,
no tag titles did.
Yeah, I think that's about it though.
No, I think all titles changed except for the main event.
Really?
Now that I think about it, yeah.
We'll have to go back and rewatch it.
So yeah, I think
any
honestly,
excuse to rewatch that Naito Okada match.
That was probably second best match of the night.
Yeah,
I would say easy. Which New Japan likes to build, but this is the first time they decided let's kick it off fucking hard. But yeah, Will Ospreay's completely turned me around from when I.
Oh, same. After that scary fucking spot where he just hurled himself off the ramp and almost died. I'm like,
taking Dominion out of the equation. That Kenny Okada 4 match, Ospreay Skrull was my favorite match this year.
Yeah,
easy. I think no other match has brought that feeling. And yeah, it's because he got hurt. But sometimes that realism can bring a match from like.
Hell yeah! One of the biggest reasons the 2-man power trip versus Jericho and Benoit is so good is Triple H tore his fucking quad and continued the match.
Right. So yeah, that's what I was saying. That match was probably the best besides the main event.
Yeah.
Which, as spoiler, the main event's the best match of the night. After that, they did the 3-way tag team for the junior title match. You know, Shingo Tagi's freaking awesome. Everything else, I'm like, whatever about this match. Yeah. It was all right. It was good. You know, very much fast paced. It's only like 10 minutes long. 6 minutes. 6-minute match, dude. So most of the match was them coming out. And then they did a lot of spots, and Shingo Takagi's badass. That's all I can really say about that. LIJ win. They have the junior title.
It was a big night for LIJ.
Hell yeah, it was. They won every title that they were up for.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, because like I said, I don't have much to say about that junior tag match. I don't know what they're going to do with their entire junior division. They need to rebuild. They might have to steal some guys from Dragon Gate or.
Oh yeah, they're gonna because spoiler alert, Kushida's gone.
Oh, spoiler.
Well, he's gone.
Okay. I don't know if it's a spoiler.
Hiromu Takahashi is probably gonna have to retire.
Yeah,
is what they're saying. Which
Ospreay's going to heavyweight.
That's a bummer. So Takahashi was like right there. He was like right there on the cusp of like superstardom.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to rebuild their junior division.
Who do you think they center it around?
I see them try to bring in a couple of big names in Japan, and then maybe 1 or 2 gaijin. So I could see Flip.
Would Zack Sabre Jr. be?
He's heavyweight.
He's heavyweight?
He's technically a junior, but the whole thing about Japan is it's not about weight. It's about you have to define yourself.
That's kind of, I mean, that's...
You have to be like, I am this, and then you have to prove it, and then you are that.
That's kind of the way WWE does it.
Yeah, it's all about the backstage, whether they believe you're a junior or a heavyweight. Zack Sabre believes he's a heavyweight. He's only 189, but he's a heavyweight.
And he's the best fucking...
But Taguchi's like 230. Taguchi's like a heavy boy, but he's still a junior.
Yeah,
Trent Barretta was a junior, and he's fucking like 6'4", 800 pounds.
Oh shit! And WWE just we still are sleeping on the fact that WWE has signed ACH.
Did they?
Yeah.
Is it official?
I think it's official.
I haven't. I saw that he posted a picture.
I'm pretty sure it's official.
He posted a shirt where it's about him leaving Evolve or whatever in Ring of Honor.
I'm pretty sure.
But I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's a done deal. Yeah. No. Flip Gordon. Although
Flip is probably gonna go to Japan. I could see them. Matt Taven, because as much as you do or do not like him, he's huge in Mexico.
I just don't get it. Like that's I don't have an opinion on Matt Taven outside of the fact that I don't see it. I don't.
And Bandito's coming. Bandito's so coming.
Pac,
yeah, he I don't think he's going to.
Not
everybody's speculating it's only a matter of time before he shows up in New Japan. I don't think he is.
You don't think he's going to New Japan?
No,
where do you think he goes?
I think AEW. And maybe Insane Dragon Gate. I think he has some sort of relationship with Dragon Gate because he was there for forever. And so he wants to be there to maybe bring that up. And then he can work States AEW.
Or, hear me out, he stays in Dragon Gate because he made enough money in WWE to where it's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna wrestle where I want to wrestle.
It's not out of the possibilities, but I feel like him being a junior is gonna be more of what he's mad about. Because I don't think he wants to be a junior.
No.
So I think he'll go to AEW and he'll just not go to New Japan.
Yeah.
But Bandito, I think, is going to become the new star of the junior division.
Bandito's going to blow up.
And then you bring in Flip and Taven, and then you bring in a couple guys maybe from Noah. I'm not familiar enough with Noah to say who, but I would love them to bring in like someone like Shima. Shima from Dragon Gate, or because they brought in Shingo, and Shima is like Mr. Dragon Gate, but he's also trying to expand to China. So this would be a good platform to try to maybe raise the stakes over to China.
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, I think they need to rebuild.
They're going to have to. They don't have
they have like no junior tag team division.
They lost.
They have 3 teams, and they were all in that match.
Losing Kushida is huge. That's huge. And as much as like we're talking about Kenny Omega leaving, that was always kind of like, yeah, probably Kushida leaving. I think I surprised a lot of people. I think
I wasn't too surprised.
Well, you're
I thought he was going to go to Ring of Honor and be full-time Ring of Honor. That way he could do a couple shows in New Japan, but he'd be Ring of Honor. But him going to WWE makes sense. Him going to All Elite could also happen.
I think he's not. He's going to.
You think?
I think we're going to see him show up in NXT.
Yeah.
And he's going to tear it up.
They can split up Roppongi and make them 2 single stars.
Yeah, that's probably
because
good.
They seem like they should be single stars.
Yeah,
we just see them so synonymous with each other that's hard to.
Yeah, I don't really see them doing much in the tag team division anymore.
Yeah, I don't know how it works in New Japan and traditions and stuff like that, but just get rid of the junior tags.
Agree. Yeah, get rid of.
You don't need.
Naito has a point. There's too many titles.
There is too many titles. Get rid of the. Get rid of the U.S. title.
Get rid of or the never open weight.
Yeah. I like never open weight if they're going to keep a junior division.
Yeah.
I like it being a crossover division. But they have the world title, the Intercontinental title, and the U.S. title that are all heavyweight titles. They only have the junior. So it's just kind of like it seems lesser to be a junior, and that's why it seems bad. Get rid of all cruiserweight wrestling. Cruiserweight wrestling shouldn't exist.
Agreed. If you are 5'6", you should die.
No, I was saying if you're 5'6", weigh 140 pounds, learn how to be a better storyteller so you can tell that story of facing a bigger guy realistically.
Oh, this isn't our political manifesto?
Oh, no. I thought we were talking about wrestling.
Oh, shit. Anybody under 5'6" is beautiful and wonderful in their own special way.
Right. The next match was probably the 3rd or 4th best match. I liked it a lot. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tomohiro Ishii.
Yeah.
For the Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah. It was a good match.
It was a really good match. Technical, but hard-hitting. And I don't know.
I'm a huge fan of Ishii.
They were really talking up a few years ago about how Ishii never tapped out in his entire career. But it seemed like they didn't make a big deal about it, him tapping out here. So I'm wondering if he tapped out since then. Because I remember when he was the ROH television champion, he was feuding with Roderick Strong. All they would talk about is how he's never tapped out in his life. You know, and it's like he was like the John Cena, where it's like never gives up. He's so
I don't think he's tapped. Maybe New Japan just doesn't put like
emphasis on that.
Yeah, the same. Otherwise, I mean, like if they really emphasize that, him tapping out probably would do more harm for him than good for Zack Sabre Jr.
Right, but it also puts over how good Zack Sabre Jr.
is
at technical wrestling.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't need it.
Yeah, but Zack Sabre won, which he should have.
He's undisputably the best technical wrestler in wrestling today.
Yeah,
he's better than Daniel Bryan. He's better than TJP, although TJP claims he's the best.
I just like how, like, when you look at a Zack Sabre Jr. technical masterpiece, he doesn't just, like, go, I'm really good at doing this. You see him go, like, okay, I'm here. He's trying to get out of it this way, so I need to figure out how to attack from this side. And he reaches over, he grabs that. He's like, okay, I can do something with this, even though he's trying to get rid of this. He's like a magician.
One of the best things about Zack Sabre Jr. to me personally is when I watch a Zack Sabre Jr. match, it feels like I'm watching an actual sport. Yeah. And when you can do that, because it's not a sport, but when you
I
can
went down a huge freaking hole of watching World of Sport.
Yeah,
like not the new one, the old one.
Yeah,
and man, it's
when you can make me when you make me feel like I'm watching an actual like athletic actual competition, and I'm just watching professional wrestling. Like, goddamn.
Yeah,
good for you.
Well, you know how I've always said, like, I think instead of having cruiserweight wrestling and heavyweight wrestling, do it by like rules. I've always said that, like, you can have a hardcore championship. And I would say a UK championship should be under traditional UK rules. 10 rope breaks, 2 falls to a finish. And it's all about tricking your opponent rather than beating your opponent.
Yeah.
And I like that. Lucha, 3-on-3s, 2 out of 3 falls. Unless you pin the VIP, then the match is over. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. I like that stuff. So, yeah, that match was great. I can't really remember any high spots because that's not the point of those kind of matches. But it was a lot of beat you down. Ishii comes back, beats him up. He catches him. It's another point of contention over the arms or the legs. Switches it. He finished it with hurrah. I can't say the whole title, but it's like hurrah today would be much better than the last where we traveled through.
Like napalm. It's like napalm.
Oh no, that's a different move.
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
No, the best name he has for a finish is orienteering with napalm death.
There we go.
And that's his leg lock, his vice grip on the legs.
I love it.
Hurrah is where it's like an octopus, but then he like grabs the arms like this, and a leg over their head and pulls up.
Damn.
Yeah. and that's called Hurrah. Today would be like the whatever. I'm hoping, maybe the Wikipedia has the
fucking Zack Sabre Jr.
He just loves trolling people.
Sitting here coming up with these long ass fucking names.
Right.
He is the wizard of
Harry Potter's not the only wizard from the Britain. Whatever. That's such a dumb. I hate that part. If you watch the Cruiserweight Classic, that is the dumbest line ever.
It. At 1 minute, we had the aerial assassin, the villain, and the fucking wizard.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I loved it. But it's just him saying that on the Cruiserweight Classic. I was like, all right, dude.
He didn't write that.
I get technical wizard. Makes complete sense. But he's like, Harry Potter's not the only wizard from the UK.
He didn't write that.
Shut up.
You didn't write that, Zach. Yeah. Admit it.
After that, it was the 3-way heavyweight title match. Rinse, repeat what I said about the other one.
Mm-hmm.
This one.
Yeah.
It was a whole bunch of spots. They didn't get a lot of time. They got 10 minutes. 6 people all got to do their spots.
And it was Tokyo Pimp.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was God, Guerrillas of Destiny.
Oh yeah.
Versus LIJ, Sonata and Evil
versus the Young Bucks. Yeah.
And the whole story going into this was Young Bucks don't deserve a title match. They haven't beaten anybody for it.
Who cares? This is the Young Bucks.
But they're defending it as like we beat Evil and Sonata twice. So they're the number one contenders, but we've beaten them twice. We should be the number one contenders.
Mm-hmm.
They should have been in the World Tag League, but they chose not to. That's what the whole argument is. God, it just seemed like they didn't care about I will say this, and this is going to sound controversial. It seemed like all the elite guys, minus Kenny, just didn't give a shit. Now, there's defense on either like time. Cody was working hurt.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff. But in this show, it just seemed like everybody was checked out.
No.
That's how it felt to me.
I recently had my last blank. So it's kind of as much as the idea of going into your last show, your last whatever, you know, it's like, man, I want to make sure it's really, you know, really something. At some point, I think your mind just goes, I don't want to fucking be here.
Right.
And I'm not saying that they didn't want to be there, but it's probably like, we know we're not going to win. It's going to be like a 12-minute match.
Yeah, it comes off that way for sure.
And we're not going to win. So, all right, let's do our Young Buck stuff and get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it felt like. They were like, we got to do one more because one more, this place means a lot.
Yeah.
But the actual match itself, I don't know what happened with this year, but just the pacing of Wrestle Kingdom this year,
it was off. It was weird.
Off. Yeah. Not to say that any of the
I
matches
think
bad.
the shadow of All Elite Wrestling,
100%.
And really just where the fuck is Kenny going? That should have been like a huge story going into New Japan, especially.
What also didn't help is there was a ton of rumors bursting in the last 5 minutes leading up to Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, literally,
about
like
Kenny not re-signing with New Japan.
The night before Wrestle Kingdom, all of a sudden WWE offers Kenny Omega
exactly.
$3.5 million. Yeah,
I heard it literally 5 minutes before Wrestle Kingdom.
It just
like, fuck. That's
Wrestle Kingdom kind of just felt like not a big deal.
Like for me, the anticipation of Tanahashi and Kenny Omega was, is Kenny leaving or staying? And that was the match.
He should have.
For like people who aren't actually into the real story is old school versus new school. But like going into that, the hype was, is Kenny leaving or staying? And him winning or losing is a tell.
Mm-hmm.
If he wins, he's keeping that title and he's staying with New Japan.
And
if he
honestly,
loses, he's going somewhere else.
Honestly, he should have won. But I know that he's not staying, so
I think for the story he had to lose.
Yeah. Hear me out.
Okay.
Wrestle Kingdom 14, Omega versus Tanahashi 2.
And you think he's staying, or you think he's going to do something else?
I have a conspiracy theory that we'll talk about at the end of the recap.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No, hear me out.
I think if it's going to happen, it's going to MSG.
I am going to go on a rant about how I feel about him going to WWE, but I have a feeling that if he's not going to All Elite Wrestling, I know where he's going.
Okay. We'll get to that then after.
Yeah.
Next match, Juice versus Cody. The first match was better. This one felt
Cody's fucked up. Cody is beat up. He's hurt,
so he was depending a lot on Brandy. Brandy was being the heel manager, like constantly getting in the way. Juice was trying his damnedest. I love Juice. I think in 5 years, Juice is going to be like the Western Tanahashi. Like, huge.
Yeah.
You know? But right now, he's still getting his grips, and he's going to be... I think he's going to be the gatekeeper for Gaijin in the future. He's
finding that main event personality.
He'll just need... He'll do well next year's G1, but he won't win, leading to people speculating him winning one day.
Yeah.
But right now he's good. Juice wins with 2 pulp frictions, which it felt like he should have just did the one, because they tried to do that thing where like you do 2 finishers because you want to make sure he's down.
Yeah.
But his finisher is not that kind of move.
It's not like a rock bottom.
It's not like a V trigger where you kick him in the face and you're like, and then you do it again. You know, his is like set up, jump, slam.
Yeah,
like
when
nope, we need another one. Flip up, turn around, do it, slam. It just felt so
like when
balanced.
like it's like if Tetsuya Naito hit like 2 or 3 Destinos.
Yeah, but even that, it's like an out of nowhere, quick to do. You know, it's like if Neville did 2 red arrows
or
2 630s.
Yeah,
There's a lot of prep work for that move. It's good if you do it once.
Right.
Do it twice, it feels like the person was there for 2 months.
That's why Aleister Black does the black hole,
which is the best.
the black mass. Oh my god,
I love it.
Nothing will top seeing him kick Johnny Gargano's face off.
Dude, he's the best.
Clean off, just gone. His face was gone.
Next is Taiji Ishimori defeating Kushida. To be honest, I don't remember much about this match.
Yeah.
I think it was good, but I don't remember.
I haven't heard like other than Kushida's entrance. I didn't really hear any like.
Dude, he had the most realistic mask on that little kid. Like, it was weird.
That was terrifying.
It was like, it was one of those like, you remember when Walter White or when what's the actor's name?
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston wore a Walter White mask at the panel, and people were like, "Who's that?" And then he takes off, it's him, but it looked the exact same.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it was.
That's terrifying.
On a little kid, but it was the size of a man. So it just looked weird.
Yeah.
I get what they were trying to do. It just looked weird. There was nothing wrong with it. It just looked weird.
He definitely needs that to be in every entrance he does from now on.
100%. I love it. But it was anyway. The match is, I don't remember it. That's the problem. Could have been because I was falling asleep because I'm staying up till 4 a.m.
It's like,
at this point.
it's like 2 in the morning at this point.
But next match, Taiji win. Whatever. Next match, Jay White versus Okada. Love this match. I really like this match. The lead up, him ripping off the tights. He has old school Rainmaker
oh my god!
Shit on. There's that video going on of the Japanese bar freaking the fuck out.
I wish American.
Oh, I know.
I wish America cared as much about professional wrestling.
It's like it's gonna be the same effect when John Cena cuts his hair back.
I don't want it. I love it.
I know, but it's gonna be dumb. And then
I want him
leading up to his WrestleMania match. He comes out with the old school haircut. People be like, "Holy shit!"
Oh yeah, like when he went from his camo shorts back to jorts. I was like, George Cena.
I love the camo. I actually think the camo looks good.
Yeah, I miss those days when he was wearing the Rise Above Hate. That was
a good look.
Too bad that was during his.
He looks so thin with that long hair.
John, real quick, John. Do we need to talk about something, man? Are you okay? Just John, if you come across this YouTube video, just contact us at SPDP podcast on Twitter, and just like we'll talk, man. We're good people. We listen.
We good people.
Yeah. All right. Back to the show.
So yeah, Jay White versus Okada, fantastic. The whole story being, fuck you, Jay White. I'm Okada. Essentially, is what it was. Is Okada dominated this match. He was pulling out all the stops. He was doing all his classics.
He's fucking Okada.
He's like wrecking Gato. He wants to murder Gato. There's a point where he throws Gato over the barricade, and with Jay White, and he does his like flying over, hits both of them perfectly. Nobody's hurt. It's perfect. But it looks like Jay White is like gonna pay the piper. Catches him. Blade Runner. Match is over. His whole thing is that whatever he says he's gonna do, he does. So when he came into, he said, "Oh, everybody's gonna leave Kenny as soon as I beat him for the U.S. title." He does. Everybody does. He says, "Oh, I'm gonna beat Okada." He did in the G1, and he did at Wrestle Kingdom. And now he's saying, "I'm gonna beat Tanahashi for the title." It's hard to not believe that.
Someone said something about Jay White that's like he's just missing something, and I've thought about it.
I think he's not missing anything
anymore. He needs a beard.
Well, yeah, but I don't think he can grow a beard. No offense. I think it kind of makes him look douchey because, you look at all his promo photos with him in the suit. He looks like an actual gangster.
Yeah.
Even though he's from New Zealand.
I'm Jay White.
Jay White. Hey Carter, I will fuck you up.
I'll fucking kill you.
You know, this is the new era. Jay White's.
Say more words.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jay White's great. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I really do.
He's growing on me.
He's grown on me since since he goofed up and messed up Jim Ross. He's been my favorite. Not because he messed up Jim Ross, but the way he played it out.
I know, and Josh Barnett got so
talking
mad.
shit but still being scared is the best.
You will fucking kill me, Josh.
He's like, do it. Oh.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. I'm just kidding. What are you gonna do? Run away, pussy? Oh. You know, it's one of those things. That's a chicken shit heel.
He is a chicken shit heel for sure.
I love it. That match was
for
great.
me, with Jay White, he just needs to be more established with Bullet Club.
Oh yeah.
Because if he's Bullet Club, then I need to see him doing Bullet Club shit.
Yeah. But I think that's gonna happen because
I hope so. Because right now all we have is
prediction. I think he wins it.
All we have is good guy Tama Tonga right now.
Good guy Tama
Tonga. And don't get me wrong, I love good guy Tama Tonga.
He's a good guy, man. You know, new year, new me.
Tama Tonga is secretly my favorite wrestler.
He's great, man.
Mostly just because he's a fucking troll.
And he came out as Red Hood. It was my favorite comic book character.
Yeah.
And he came out as dressed up as Red Hood, and Tongaloa's in a blue version of it. So we're like, what are you, Power Rangers?
Shut up, Tongaloa. Go away.
I was like, oh, that's Red Hood. But then the other guy came out as blue. And I was like, oh, maybe it's not Red Hood. But then in an interview, something like Cultaholic, he said, oh, yeah, I'm a big fan of Red Hood. And that's what that was inspired. I was like, I knew it. Red Hood, Robin's the best character in DC. Fight me. Fight me.
And remember, John, just give us a shout. Just. We're worried
Unless
about
you think Robin's not the best character in DC, then I'll fight you.
I don't know. I think John Cena's clearly he'd be a Superman fan.
Dude, I bet you he hasn't read a comic book in his life.
You would lose.
He read Archie.
Oh man,
that's it,
dude. John Cena is a fucking nerd. Okay, he acts cool. He's a fucking nerd.
All right. 2 more matches and we'll move on to something else. Tetsuya Naito versus Chris Jericho, no DQ, was made no DQ the night before. I think as it's pretty well established that Jericho wants to be the Bruiser Brody of 2019 or 2018.
Out of nowhere.
Oh, I think it was. I heard on one of his podcasts he messed up with the makeup to make himself look like Ibushi, and when he took off the mask, people were freaking out over it. So he just decided to go with that.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to be Bruiser Brody. Hardcore matches. Violence.
Yeah, it's surprising to me that Jericho is doing this whole hardcore guy in New Japan.
Mm-hmm. It's very weird.
Do you think we're ever going to see him go back to WWE? Other than a Hall of Fame, other than a Hall of Fame induction.
Never say never. I can see him being an ambassador of young talent.
But he seems,
and that's how he justify it.
He seems real happy doing New Japan stuff.
Yeah, I think he always knows there will be a spot for him in WWE, so he's not afraid.
Mm-hmm.
So. But yeah, the match was good. A lot of hard spots through tables, chairs.
He got fucked up.
Kendo stick. Yeah, I was gonna say
Jericho got fucked up.
The spot that it happened, because I even said it. I'm like, oh, he got hit for reals. He was going up with a chair, and he was supposed to put his arms down to get hit, and he forgot to put down one, and he got caught right in the stomach, and it looked like it hurt.
He lost a patch of his hair.
I legit thought he broke his neck the first move. Because Naito, they start off the match, Naito attacks him first before the bell rings, which is usually the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Drags him all the way to the ramp and pile drives him.
Yeah.
But he pile drives him in not a good way. He didn't look like he did a pile driver. He looked like he landed on his head. Seems fine.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that. But he even said, oh, fuck. You can hear him go, oh, fuck. Turns out he got his hair caught or something.
No, yeah, he lost a
chunk of hair. But it looked like he got dropped right on his head. And I was like, oh, he's dead.
He's got Shawn Michaels, the little island of hair right now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, overall the match was great. It made Naito look like a babyface. He was a super babyface in this match.
And then he just chucks the fucking.
Oh yeah, it was great. But he did it in out of love.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I hate this title. He just kind of did it.
That's his character as Naito, and I really don't like this belt.
Well, he had a huge thing with that belt. He wants the IWG heavyweight title, but he keeps getting this title. So he's just like, I'm getting something. I have to be happy, but that's not what I really want.
It's like whenever we get good awards and stuff, but it's spelled CONNER.
Yeah.
You fucking son of a bitch.
It's OR.
You
the Connors.
Asshole motherfucker.
2 N's, OR. Connors.
It's not hard. All right.
Yeah. It's definitely not hard because it's hard to spell Hard.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Okay, good.
Sorry, that was a good joke.
No, you won that
Shut
battle.
up.
All right, cool. Tell us about the last match.
The match everybody's talking about. Tanahashi versus Omega. This match was awesome. I don't think it's better than any of the Okada matches. People were trying to say that. It's not.
I think Okada's a significantly better performer than Tanahashi, in my opinion.
I honestly don't get Tanahashi, but he is like the John Cena, and I know everybody says he's the John Cena of New Japan. I mean, he's John Cena as he does hard truths. He'll come out and say, this guy isn't ready. And everybody's like, we love him. He's like, not yet. And he'll say that. And he's not afraid to be the bad guy in that situation.
Yeah.
But everybody loves him. So
I think he's to me, like, he's not on Okada's level in terms of like skill, but I think he's a really good wrestler.
Oh, 100%. Probably top 10 in the world. But he's
like 7, 8, 9.
What I loved about this match is it's basically Kenny's chaos versus Tanahashi's smoothness. And he's like, you're forgetting the art of pro wrestling. And he's trying to get him to do, let's do an arm lock and then a move and then try to keep it. And then Kenny's like, no, I'm taking this to the outside. I'm going to grab a table. I'm going to try to use weapons, but I'm not going to do anything illegal. I'm just going chaotic.
Yeah.
And he's like, and there's the big selling point in this match is Kenny sets up a table, misses whatever. They start fighting. Tanahashi's like, I'm going to use the table. He's going to break his own code. Puts Kenny on top of the table, goes for high fly flow, misses. The one time he breaks his code, it backfired on him. The one time. So it makes him, throughout the rest of the match, go, I can't beat him at his own game. I have to make him fight my style. And in that, he takes a lot of punishment, but he can get the win. And that was pretty much leading it up. Kenny, V-trigger, knockout blows. I'm surprised they didn't do the one-wing angel kick out, because that seems like where everything was building to, was him kicking out of the one-wing angel. But they didn't do that.
Maybe
Tanahashi did a Styles Clash to Kenny Omega, showing him to remember his roots, things like that. And then it finishes with high fly flow, and the match is over.
Tanahashi's your IWGP heavyweight champion.
First person to win it at Wrestle Kingdom in 8 years. It's very rare.
Yeah.
But it shows that he said after the match that he wanted to prove that he could still be on this level. So this is probably his farewell.
Yeah.
In the main event scene.
And
he'll go to the Nagata role and the Makabe role.
He drops the title to Jay White, you're saying?
I think eventually he will. I'm not sure if it's going to be this month. I think it could be. But I can't make that claim yet. But it seems like that's where they're going.
Yeah. And then, literally, the next night,
nothing happened.
Kenny Omega
didn't show up.
Announced, maybe not literally the next night, but right after he lost the IWGP Championship, Kenny Omega informed the entire wrestling world that
he's stepping away.
He is not going to be re-signing with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
He didn't say he wasn't re-signing. He said he needs to step away, which is wrestling speak for saying, I don't know what I'm doing yet.
So you think he's going to stick with New Japan?
No.
Okay.
I do not think that. But I think he's trying to leave it open so that people will talk about him until he makes his decision. Because that's how the Young Bucks did it. Instead of just saying, hey, we're starting their own company, they waited. Because I don't think there's anything wrong breaking a contract saying we're going to leave and start our own company.
Yeah.
But by building hype around it, you get people talking. And that's
their contracts were, like, they announced before their contracts were up, but it was only like a couple days before their contracts were up that they announced All Elite. That's where my confusion was. It was like, I feel like if Kenny Omega was going to All Elite Wrestling, even without saying it point blank, we would have known already he was going.
Well, we kind of do if you go by the news, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I think they need justification to pay him a lot at AEW.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be offering 6 figures to everybody, and Kenny's going to get 7.
Yeah.
And I think the reason they're going to justify it is by saying, well, I was offered $3.5 million by WWE. I'll take $2 million.
And
but
creative
everybody
control.
Else, and creative control of my character.
Yeah.
Not creative control of stories, but my character. I think that's going to be justification because it's going to come out eventually on how much he's getting paid by AEW. And it's going to be significantly more than like Pentagon, Phoenix, or Britt Baker, or anybody else.
Oh, hell yeah.
And people are going to be like, if they just signed him to a $2 million contract and everybody else can 100,000 to 500,000, people are gonna be like, "Well, that's not fair. Kenny Omega's not worth that." But then if he
is fucking worth that.
If you do the story of him getting offered 3.5 and he takes 2 million, it makes it seem like he gave up $1.5 million just to support us.
I mean, I get that, but I'm like,
I think that's where the real.
He's Kenny fucking Omega. He's worth
100%. In our eyes, yes, but in people, because people are weird.
I'm willing.
You should get paid for how good you are.
I'm willing to argue with Pentagon that Kenny Omega's worth more than him.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, I'm like, hold on, Pentagon.
Pentagon has the same aura as Kenny, but Kenny's way better and more popular.
I need to go get my translator, but when I do, I'll be right back, and you and I are going to argue, Pentagon.
Okay. I would say there are. This is going to be the hot topic right here. I think there's 3 guys in independent wrestling,
non-WWE.
There you go. That have an aura. Four guys. 4 guys have an aura. Kenny.
Yeah.
Pentagon.
Mm-hmm.
Pac. I think the fact that their match with Zack Sabre was the talk of the town, and he's facing Will Ospreay next month, was a big deal.
I don't know if that's...
I'd say Pac, and then last is Nick Gage.
I would give you... So Nick Gage, I'll put him as my number 3. I disagree about Pac. I think the thing with Pac is a fantastic wrestler and everybody knows it. I don't know necessarily about aura. Now, if we're talking about aura, God, dude, I got to tell you, there is just something, and I can't believe I'm going to say this because I'm not the biggest fan of him. There's just something about PCO.
No, I don't think that.
There's something about PCO that just draws people to him.
PCO is...
It's different than, like... I would not put his aura, however you say it. I would not put his on the same caliber as a Kenny Omega. But it's hard to ignore right now that PCO is, like, the talk of the fucking town right now.
I think he's more of... oh shit, as opposed to like, oh my god, he's so good. I think it's crash test dummies, and it's
That's
cool
fair.
to see a 50-year-old guy do a backflip who's fucking 300 pounds and 6'5".
That's fair.
That's just cool to see. I don't think he really has an aura, hence why he's a member of Villain Enterprises, not the leader of a new thing.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Naito.
I love PCO.
Okada has an aura.
Naito did. I don't know if he still does.
He still does. Naito screams cool.
Well, I think that's also because of how rare it is for
and
him in
I'm
the States.
like, as great as the Jericho Omega match was, my main memory of Wrestle Kingdom 12 was how fucking good Okada versus Naito was.
Oh, it was really good.
Like, to me, like, that's one of the best wrestling matches I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'd say no, not for me. I thought it was really good, but I don't think it was like holy shit good. For me, but then again, that's the whole point of wrestling.
Yeah,
is that we all have different takes.
Yeah.
Like you thought Asuka versus Ember Moon is one of your top 3 matches.
It's one of the best matches.
I don't even think it was the top 20 matches of that year.
Oh, I understand. You're a jerk, and I disagree.
I understand. But I would say that 90% of the matches in New Japan in 2017 were 1,000 times better than that match. And that's not saying anything from the wrestlers. I'm not saying it wasn't a good match. I'm saying I think that's just how it was.
Yeah, but I mean...
Because that year we had Okada 1, 2, and 3. You had Naito versus Tanahashi. You had Zach... You had... there's a bunch of them. I can't think of them all. But 2017 was the year of pro
wrestling. All right,
wrestling.
fair enough. Here's my retort. You're wrong, and I hate you.
Right, and that's why wrestling's subjective.
You're wrong. I hate you. And Priscilla Kelly is killing the business.
Okay.
No, she's not. She's fine. Business is fine.
It's just gross.
If
I'm not saying it's bad or good. It's just gross.
I said this after the controversy. I was like, hey, I watched Jimmy Lloyd pile drive the Invisible Man and was upset.
But I would be grossed out if a guy pooped in his hand and threw it in someone's face.
What if that's his
Let
gimmick?
alone bloody tampon
What
in someone's face. That's
what
gross.
if Pro Wrestling Space
That's
Monkey?
gross. I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm not saying it didn't do what it was supposed to. I'm not saying anything. I would just say it's gross.
What if Pro
Just
Wrestling
gross.
Space Monkey, who totally knows I
You're
exist,
so fucking obsessed with Space Monkey. Number 500 in 2014 in the top 500 PWI. Just saying. I know that for a fact.
he's great.
Yeah.
No, but like, and no, my only thing was like when people were shitting on Priscilla Kelly and the realism of wrestling. I'm like, there is literally a not just a monkey,
Right.
but a space monkey, and technically he's an ape because he doesn't have a tail.
I think what people are more upset about is the fact that women's wrestling right now is at a boom, and that's something that people can take and shit.
Yeah, but that's Priscilla Kelly's thing.
But yeah, she's the devil's favorite harlot.
Yeah, that's her thing. That's her gimmick.
Her whole gimmick is that I'm weird and a gypsy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I'm the king. That's fine.
It works for her. Like if Scarlett Bordeaux did that, I'd have a problem.
Yeah.
That would make no sense though for Scarlett Bordeaux. She's so good. Oh my god. The whole Impact Wrestling should just be the Scarlett Bordeaux show.
Yeah.
Get rid of all of this other wrestling. I don't need it.
Don't hot shame me.
Yes. What a gimmick. What a
It's
gimmick
so
to
good,
fucking have.
Because it's so the right mentality. It's like, don't get mad at beautiful people for being beautiful.
Hell yeah, dude. No.
Fuck you.
And she's a fantastic wrestler too.
Oh, she's great.
So like I'm like, sky's the fucking limit for her.
100%.
How WWE let her slip through their fingers, I will never know.
A choice. I think it was more of a choice.
Like good on you, Don Callis.
Yeah.
Way to sell that.
100%.
All right. So, question.
Yes.
Where the hell is Kenny Omega going? I have my theories.
You go first, and I'll talk about what I think.
If he's not going to New Japan Pro Wrestling, I think he's going to Ring of Honor. Just simply, hear me out, simply so he can still do New Japan stuff while he still makes up his mind about where he's going.
This is where I'll say no.
Okay.
There is no way in hell Kenny Omega will sign with a rival company of his best friends. No way in fucking hell.
Unless they don't look at it that way.
Right, but it seems like they are.
Yeah.
I'm just going by what I know. If Ring of Honor is not willing to work with AEW, there's no way in hell Kenny's going to Ring of Honor. Also, why would Kenny go to Ring of Honor?
So he can still do New Japan stuff.
Why didn't he just stay in New Japan?
Because there's no place for him. He said it.
Then why would he want to go to Ring of Honor where he could still wrestle in New Japan?
Because he doesn't need a place.
He's going to go to AEW or WWE. Let's be
fine,
completely honest.
Fine.
It's one of those two.
And he's obviously going to All Elite.
Yeah.
But I am willing to argue why he should go to WWE.
Okay. Because I probably agree with you with a lot of stuff.
There is literally no reason for him to go to All Elite Wrestling outside of it's my friend's wrestling promotion.
Or
No. I have a whole thing about this. I have a whole thing about this.
Tell me when I can talk.
Kenny Omega's whole thing, it seems, is he wants to be able to tell compelling stories that people have never seen before. If he goes to All Elite Wrestling, he's going to be wrestling the same guys he's been wrestling for the last like 2 or 3 years. Because that's who they're going to sign. If they can sign him. There's a lot of ifs right now in with All Elite. Right now, the only like people they've announced that they've signed are themselves and Britt Baker. Marty Scurll's not going to if I think his contract with ROH is up in March, so he's not going anywhere until March. I can't think of a whole lot of people that All Elite Wrestling needs to strike a deal with Ring of Honor and New Japan. And maybe just have the All Elite roster be kind of small and maybe 10 or 15 wrestlers.
Right.
For now. While they're building up a brand. That's the thing Global Force Wrestling should have done before they just were like, nope, we're Impact Wrestling and we're Global Force now. In WWE, and I'm willing to so we all said when AJ Styles his contract with New Japan was coming up, we were like, he will never make it in WWE. He'll never be a name in WWE. They'll use him terribly. And he proved him wrong. Kenny Omega seems like he likes challenges. And there's nothing challenging about going to All Elite outside of helping my friends build their wrestling company. If he goes to WWE, not only does he have the challenge of proving Vince McMahon wrong, but proving everybody who thinks he'll get horribly used wrong. I think he has the talent and the pedigree to do it. Vince McMahon's not just going to offer somebody $3.5 million unless he's impressed with what they do, regardless of if they're a name or not. He's not going to be. He didn't give. I don't think he gave that money to Ricochet. He didn't give that money to Adam Cole. He didn't even give that fucking money to. He probably didn't even give that money to AJ Styles. But Kenny Omega's being offered a $3.5 million deal to go to WWE. This is alleged. We don't know how much the offer is. And even if he's not being offered full creative control, at the same time, Kenny Omega is a smart enough businessman to know when to say no to something. And at the same time, like, fuck it, turn this chicken shit into chicken salad and make a good story. Plus, look at all of these people he has the chance to face. He can face AJ Styles. We can get that match. We can get the Daniel Bryan match. We can get the Samoa Joe match. We can get, I mean, shit, not even just the independent dream match names. Think of, like, if Roman Reigns returns, a Kenny Omega Roman Reigns match would be phenomenal. And not only would we get to see what Kenny Omega can do, but he can bring things out of Roman Reigns that we didn't know Roman Reigns can do. So there's that challenge there, is not just show what I can do in a WWE setting, but show what these wrestlers can do with me in a WWE setting. And this whole idea that Kenny Omega would have to tone down his style. He might have to slow down a little bit. And obviously the pile driver would be taken out. But if the entire, if what makes a wrestler great is how close they get to breaking their neck, I don't think they're that great of a wrestler. If that's what makes them good, is how scary and dangerous their style is, and if you tone it down, suddenly they're not a great wrestler. Nothing much has changed with AJ Styles, and he's still the best wrestler in the world. Daniel Bryan just turned bad guy, and what he's doing is phenomenal. Yeah, creatively, WWE is kind of a mixed bag right now. But New Japan had dark days. Ring of Honor had dark days. Impact still kind of has dark days. Like, they're still kind of in their dark days right now. And I just feel like, as a wrestling fan, I would be disappointed if Kenny Omega didn't go to WWE. I feel like we're at the point now where he has to. But I get that he wants to go somewhere where he's going to be happy. I don't think he's going to be that happy in WWE unless, like, he has that machine. But we didn't think we were going to get the Woken universe, and we got it. Was it phenomenal? No, but we got it. And for all we know, if Matt Hardy comes back, Vince McMahon will give him his full blessing to go all out with the Woken universe, and then we'll get something amazing. They put that world title and all of that prestige, they put that on AJ Styles for a year, and they just let him run with it. I don't think we're going to get like a Wildcat Chris Harris kind of situation with Kenny Omega. We're going to get like an AJ Styles, put him with some shit. Imagine a Kenny Omega Lars Sullivan match. Imagine the story he could tell with Lars Sullivan. Taking these guys that are just kind of written off as the Vince guys, like, oh, these big guys. Like, imagine what Kenny could do with them. And he's already told his Cody story. He's already told his Young Bucks story. Like, is he just gonna wait for that Kota Ibushi story? Because it doesn't seem like New Japan wants that story to be told. Otherwise, we would have gotten it already. And I feel, while he's probably going to go to All Elite Wrestling, I think it's a mistake on his part, and he's selling himself short. Yeah, I'm good. My turn?
Yeah. All right. If we're going to have a versus, I will start off my debate with the simple phrase, change the world.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means change the world.
What does that actually mean in the world of professional wrestling? It means taking a revolution to the corporation. Mm-hmm. Kenny Omega can make a ton of money at WWE. That's fine. He can make a ton of money at Ring of Honor. New Japan, he can make a ton of money in AEW. I don't think that's important to him.
Yeah.
He quit WWE to go to Japan when he was in developmental because he didn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be in WWE. He wants to wrestle the guys in WWE. Instead of going to them, he wants to bring them to him. If he can he will become the sought-after prize that people join AEW for. People who are caught him in contracts are going to get rid of him and come to AEW if it's a success because of Kenny Omega. Mm-hmm. Kenny Omega will become the flagship for a show. He will become the face of a company rather than just another main eventer. Because in WWE, you have Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Kenny Omega, Daniel Bryan, you have John Cena, you have Seth Rollins.
Imagine a Kenny Omega John Cena match.
I let you talk. My turn.
All right.
You have all these guys who could be the guy, who are arguably just as good as Kenny Omega, but Kenny Omega has been able to thrive. Him being the focal point and the reason people come to AEW, not just the fans, but also wrestlers. How many wrestlers are going to give up the chance to go to WWE right now? Probably not a lot. You give them this chance to give up WWE, but they get a chance to have a feud with Kenny Omega, arguably the best wrestler in the world, and tell a phenomenal story in a 5-star match, maybe 6 stars if they're good enough. They want to prove themselves in that capacity rather than trying to be another spoke on the wheel. WWE will always be there. AEW, that's something to look forward to. That's something that's going to actually change. If it is what we all think it's going to be as the new WCW, may not last forever, but it's going to shake things up. It's going to allow wrestlers to be able to make a decision. It's like, oh man, they're not really treating me well. Well, I got to suck it up for another 10 years because I got kids and they got to go through college. You know, instead of that, they could be like, well, I'll take a little bit of a pay cut, but I can go to AEW where it's less dates. I'm able to face Kenny Omega, the best in the world. Yeah, he might not be the best in the world for everybody. That's subjective art form.
No, I get what you're saying.
I'm talking about like in the mindset of people.
Arguably the premier independent wrestler.
He will become the championship of AEW. Who's going to wrestle Kenny Omega? You're going to see guys from TNA try to get out of their contracts just to go to AEW to fight Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
You're going to see people who are in Ring of Honor who signed like a 1-year contract. Like, let's be honest. Do you think Brody King signed a 2-year contract? No, he sold probably a year contract. Same thing with Bandito. They probably sold probably a little contracts. Wait till AEW comes a thing, then come in, make an impact. You're going to see all these guys leave ROH. These guys leave New Japan, maybe. Leave WWE just to go to AEW and fight the flag bearer. The man, he is the bar.
Yeah.
The bar. He's the bar.
The bar.
People are going to come because it's going to be the place where they focus on storytelling and wrestling. Something WWE has not done in 15 years. Their best matches are 4.75s by Dave Meltzer, not because they were not good, because there was no lead up, no storylines, and the only thing that they were reason why they weren't 5 stars is because these matches had no build.
Yeah.
So like Kenny Omega knows how to make a match feel bigger than it is. And he can take, because like, you know who I want to see? I want to see Sami Callihan versus Kenny Omega. I think that feud is written in stone. As soon as AEW is a thing, Sami Callihan's going to be done with his fucking try to make Impact a thing.
Yeah, it seems like they're dead set on making John Morrison
their guy.
And good, more power to you, Johnny Mundo.
You're going to see guys from TNA ask for their release. Same like DJZ, Trevor Lee.
You think Trevor Lee goes to All Elite?
I don't know. That's what the fun is, because now someone who wouldn't get paid dick to go to NXT 6 months ago, is now going to be probably given a 6-figure contract to go to NXT. Or 6-figure contract to go to AEW. You can't tell me that's not good. That's fantastic. And the reason why is because Kenny Omega's buzz. Young Bucks, hugely good at marketing. Don't know if they're the reason why they got over. I think it might have been a lot to do with Bullet Club. But that's an argument for another day.
I think...
But they know how to market themselves. They know how to make themselves feel bigger. They put themselves in the main events. They put on the best matches of that show. They figure out what the crowd likes and do that. That's good marketing. Cody has vision. Cody could see everything from the outside. Kenny is the draw. He's the Hogan of WWF. He is the Ric Flair of the NWA. He's going to be what people look at and like, that's our guy. That's the guy you look in 20 years when AEW is buying WWE or something like that. People are like, well, what made them so much better than WWE? Well, Kenny Omega. He's the Bruno Sammartino of the independent wrestling scene. And for him to go to WWE is being a sellout. Being a sellout is not a bad thing. We all understand it. But just because you understand why Fall Out Boy signed with a major label doesn't mean you have to like it.
Yeah. I mean,
that's where I'm at. And Kenny Omega seems like someone who doesn't give a rat fuck about money. He cares about art.
If only he was married and had kids.
That's true.
If only, then this would be a very like.
Yeah. So to finish my statement, fuck you, you're stupid.
No, like
Kenny Omega's going to WWE.
The only like to me like the biggest factor of him going to All Elite is like he has nothing to lose.
Yeah, and also he could be at the grounds of something big.
Yeah,
who wouldn't want to be?
Don't get me wrong. I definitely like he's most likely going to All Elite. To me though, I'm like. My wrestling storyline's not complete until Kenny Omega wrestles in WWE.
Change the world was his slogan.
I know, but like to me, like Cody obviously has something to prove. The Young Bucks obviously have something to prove. Kenny doesn't have anything to prove.
He has everything to prove.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. He wants to prove that you can be a legend
Literally
outside of WWE.
To me, he has. Literally the only people he hasn't proven it to are dissenters on the internet.
True.
To me, like that's are those guys who hate wrestling, period, and pretend to like it.
But then if you have something like AEW, in theory, being where we think it's going to be, you have a place for someone like who's fed up with WWE like CM Punk was. Instead of CM Punk running over to UFC to go fight with some loser in the mid-card.
All right,
he's going to come over to AEW and be a star.
This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt to say, but here it comes. There's CM Punk, and then there's Kenny fucking Omega.
Yeah, but CM Punk at the time was the best in the world.
I know, but that's just
Kenny Omega was barely in Japan. He was in fucking DDT when CM Punk was at the height. Think about that.
God, I miss those days.
Like if you really think about that.
Remember when it was fun being a CM Punk fan?
Oh yeah, dude.
Those were
CM Punk. I don't care.
Those were good days.
He's just a douche, but like if you separate the art from the artist,
he's toned down. He just don't want
to wrestle anymore. People won't keep bringing it up. Just shut up about it.
Yeah, Colt Cabana shouldn't have gone backstage at that SmackDown show.
He also, I didn't want to bring it up because I actually agree with Colt Cabana on this.
I get both sides.
You can't promise something and just say, nah, dude.
Yeah, I know, but
that's just kind of shit.
At the same time, if you're getting sued by WWE and I'm paying your bills, your legal bills, why the fuck are you backstage at a WWE show, you dick?
True. Anyway, we like both them. If any of you guys like
what will be the tell of where Kenny Omega is going?
The 1st of February.
No. Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
At Double or Nothing Rally.
I do not think he is allowed because of contract.
I thought his contract's up.
No, his contract's up at the end of this month.
Okay.
That's why I was saying he can't say.
Okay, let me
he can say he's leaving,
let
but
me
he
clarify
can't say where he's going.
Let me clarify. If tomorrow at the All Elite Rally, it's announced that they have a TV deal, this is where you can find All Elite. This will be the debut episode date. If they have all of that stuff set in stone, Kenny Omega's going to All Elite Wrestling. If it's still up in the air come tomorrow, I don't know, dude. As much as it's like, yeah, I want to help my friends, but at the same time, like
tomorrow's not about AEW. Tomorrow's about Double or Nothing. So don't expect that. I think they're going to announce what it is they're doing TV-wise at Double or Nothing in April.
That's stupid.
No, it's not. You're building hype. It's about hype.
No.
You don't give all the information right away.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
You build hype.
When you're trying to run a business, you give all the information right away.
Business is about marketing, and marketing is about building hype.
Marketing is a totally different thing than actual business.
Do you think anybody would give a fuck about AEW if they didn't say 6 months ago that maybe they would go to WWE?
The fans are different than investors and people signing.
I think you're completely wrong.
No, dude.
I think 100%.
I'm sorry, but I am not.
Look at Supreme.
I am not.
Look at Supreme.
I am not trying to get sucked into a wrestling storyline. If I'm a wrestler, I want to know if I sign a fucking contract with you, am I going to be on fucking TV in a month? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I think everybody already is going to know. People who are on the contract are going to know. It's going to be to us, the audience.
God damn it.
They're not going to announce dick until Double or Nothing.
That's stupid.
No, it's not.
It's dumb.
You have to look at what's in front of you, not what's
okay. All right. Counter argument. You and I are wrestling podcasters. We need this information for the sake of content. But there we go. I won that battle. I won that. That was me.
All right. Anyway, who do you think they're going to sign?
Who can't? I don't know, man. That one is. So they're trying to sign the Lucha Bros.
I have weird ideas of what they should do.
I'll tell you. We're talking about what WWE. I read some really dumbass article about how AJ Styles could possibly. First off, no. I'll tell you who I think would jump ship.
Finn.
No. Dolph fucking Ziggler.
No, boo.
No, Dolph.
Boo.
No,
that would be a bad idea.
If we're talking about people with something to prove, Dolph Ziggler.
Nah, dude.
The only thing is they will not match his $5 million contract.
No, he's not. He's not. No, it's not Dolph. He just signed that deal.
Or Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder might go.
He just signed that deal last year. It was like a 2-year deal.
Stupid.
Or wasn't it 3?
He's not worth
something
it.
like that.
He's not worth $5 million.
No, dude, this is who they sign. They're gonna sign all the buzzworthy guys who haven't been tapped yet.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna see. You ready for my big one?
Yeah.
LA Park is going there. LA Park's going to be there with his son. Hijo de LA Park.
Pack.
Easy. Roosh. There was talks of Roosh to go in the WWE. and then Sombra was like, nah. You know, CN. I mean,
oh yeah, honestly,
was like, I wouldn't. Do
I
that.
think they're going to leave Japan alone, and I think they're
going to be focusing a lot on Mexico.
Yeah,
Mexico, and they'll bring in a couple of Japanese guys that maybe you might not have heard of, but are trying to prove something.
Agreed.
Maybe they can steal a couple guys from New Japan.
Dude, imagine if they got Mystico.
Caristico?
Yeah.
Yeah. Caristico is fucking whatever.
Well,
Mystico is the new So there's Mystico. So there's
the history of Sin Cara.
There's Mystico, who went to WWE, came Sin Cara.
Ruined it.
They created a new Mystico. He came back, couldn't get Mystico back because there's already a Mystico now.
And we like him.
Mystices, went to CMLL. They replaced him with another Mystices. Now Mystico went to CMLL, and now old Mystico is now Caristico.
All right, here's my big prediction.
Just saying.
Here's my big
fucking complicated.
Here's my big signee, and this is not serious, and I hope it never happens. And honestly, if it does, I hope
Brian Pillman Jr.
Oh,
is
hell
the
yeah.
young guy.
Dude, suck up those MLW talents.
That's what I'm saying. MLW is fucked.
Teddy fucking Hart.
Teddy Hart, as much I don't know if they're going to do Teddy Hart, but Teddy Hart is in love with Kenny Omega. He talks about in every promo how he loves Kenny.
I love Teddy Hart.
Joey Janela, easy.
Oh hell yeah!
Once
dude.
he's back, he's going to AEW, bar none. He'll bring in all of his young talent who will make up that mid card.
Oh, get those.
So you'll see Eli Everfly, Jungle Boy. You'll see Deppen, all these guys from GCW who aren't doing dick.
Hear me out.
Come in and be their mid card, whatever.
Hear me out.
And the main card is filled with big names like Penta, Phoenix, Kenny, Skrull, maybe Hangman.
I think Skrull's going WWE.
I think so too. But
hear me out. There's one name you left off, and it won't happen, but I think it should. Nick Gage.
Fair enough. I would love to see it. I think
David Arquette. David Starr, actually.
David Starr for sure.
If we're
David Starr, Beyond has a ton of talent. Chris Dickinson, you got, like I said, Tracy Williams, Fred Yehai, Filthy Tom Lawler.
Mark
really
Haskin.
good.
Oh no, he signed with ROH.
Yeah, he signed with ROH.
Yeah.
But you can bring in
Joe Hendry,
Chris Brooks from. You could just bring in CCK in general.
Yeah,
because they're not doing anything.
I don't get it. If you're watching, sign my lady.
Session Martha Martinez.
Sign her.
Dude, you got to bring in.
Viper.
You know who's really good? Who I don't think was always as good as she is now. Freaking Thunder Rosa.
Yeah,
Thunder
she's
Rosa's
really good.
Really good.
Kaylee Ray.
Penelope Ford.
You think they'll sign Penelope Ford? Yeah.
If Joey's coming. She's coming.
They're broke. I think they broke up.
I don't think so, because she's still the bad girl.
I heard something that they broke up.
I don't think so.
It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit?
At the Beyond show that was at New Year's Eve, she came out from Asbury Park, New Jersey, as the bad girl, and Joey Janela was there. It was not a big deal.
Okay. All right.
I think they're still together.
All right.
But that's whatever. I don't care. I'm saying she'll come.
Yeah, that's why I took my microphone. That was like, oh, I don't want to.
I can see Rosemary, because Rosemary I don't think is under contract with Impact, even though she's wrestling there. She's not
Tessa Blanchard.
No, she's under contract for
She's
a couple
under
years.
contract?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's a plethora of women out
Fuck,
there that you
dude,
can make
like,
a division for.
Sucks Jordan Grace signed that contract with
Yeah.
Impact now. She would be perfect. They should get Viper.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know what the World of Sports is like. Because if World of Sports is not a thing, you can get Kaylee Ray, Viper, and who else is big there?
I think those are like the only two women in.
No, there's another one. I just can't remember who.
Bay, Priest.
Nixon Newell?
Or, yeah.
No, she's in Canada only now. She can't come to the U.S.
Oh, Nicole Matthews?
Yeah, wasn't her name who's Nixon Newell?
Tegan Knox.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can even see like people who are in the developmental who can probably ask for their release at any point and just go. You know?
Who?
Jeff Cobb?
Nah. Jeff Cobb is... Are you kidding me? Jeff Cobb's so WWE bound.
Puma King.
Yeah, I was actually...
Puma King's great.
King.
There's a lot of people they can get.
Zeuxis.
Zeuxis. She was not good.
So she can be underwhelming in AEW too.
Xia Li. No, not Xia Li. I'm sorry. Xia Brooks.
Zeta. Oh yeah, Zeta. No, she's NXT. No, she's
in the UK division, but is she actually signed?
I think she's actually. I don't know.
I don't. Signed.
I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she'd go to AEW.
And then you can do the one or two people you steal from WWE, like Zack Ryder.
Yeah, Zack Ryder, I think would go to.
And then I want a big fuck you name.
Yeah,
like a name that they're gonna be like, ha,
Triple
losers.
H. Triple H would stab Vince McMahon if it meant keeping Finn Balor.
Oh, dude, I can totally see it. But I don't know if Finn Balor wants to.
No,
if Finn Balor wants to, they would accept him open arms.
They wouldn't. Finn Balor would not too sweet Triple H if he's also secretly like, I'm not going to AEW. Guys.
Yeah, but if he goes to Triple H, he'd be like, are you going to make me champion the next year? No? All right, I'm leaving.
I don't think. First off, I don't think Finn Balor cares about that shit.
No, I know he doesn't. I'm just saying.
Like, I would say Ty Dillinger cares more about that shit than Finn Balor.
I don't think Ty's going. I don't think they're going to give him a big enough deal.
Yeah.
Because he's not a big star.
No, he's not. Ty. Although I love him for calling out Nia Jax. Like,
oh yeah, dude. I'll fight to the death. Nia Jax is not that good.
She's not.
And it's nothing. Like I've always said, it's nothing about how she looks. It's nothing about anything about her except for the fact that she's not good.
That was our obligatory.
We don't hate her.
Dump on Nia Jax.
Yeah. I don't hate her. She's probably a lovely lady, but
just to me like. No, we don't need to.
Let's not do it.
We don't like Nia Jax. Move on.
Anything else we need to talk about? Homecoming was all right.
Yeah.
There's not really much to say. Sami Callihan's a star.
Taya's pretty good.
That match was a little sloppy because Gail Kim. I'm not a huge fan of Gail Kim.
Same.
Batesta's great.
LAX is fantastic.
That fucking match.
LAX is fan-fucking-tastic.
Thank you for reminding me. That match was awesome.
My God.
Like, that match, if it was just given a better
Eddie
platform,
fucking Kingston.
Eddie Kingston's the greatest.
Eddie fucking
That's
Kingston.
Who they'll sign. 100%.
Hell yeah, dude.
Eddie Kingston is probably the best promo guy
That motherfucker is a star.
100%.
That motherfucker is one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen.
I would love that, dude, because he can cut a promo like that.
Dalton Castle.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Dalton Castle,
exactly. Because what the fuck else is he going to do? Ring of Honor kind of sucks.
He doesn't. What would he do in NXT?
Because, like, I love Ring of Honor. Their TV show kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's not a good presentation.
Like, I'm not saying that to be rude, but I'm just saying, like, they need to make me want to watch their weekly show, and I will pay more for their pay-per-views.
This is going to be a very
Also, don't fuck me over with this Honor Club shit. I bought Honor Club, and apparently there was another Honor Club that's $20 extra that would get you everything I wanted and I thought I was buying, and it won't let me upgrade it.
That's stupid.
Until a year.
Fuck you, Honor Club.
Yeah, so all I get are their little live shows, but not their pay-per-views.
That's stupid.
It was like $100. I was like, Jesus Christ. I thought I was gonna, because I wanted to watch old Bryan Danielson matches, but I don't have access because I don't have the super VIP.
That's dumb.
It's dumb. What the hell, guys?
That's why they are. ROH is always like on the cusp of being the second best wrestling promotion, and then some bullshit like that happens.
They have good pay-per-views.
Yeah,
all their pay-per-views are solid. Everything else needs work.
Their television show is trash.
Yeah, and they just don't. Nothing feels big until it's a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Final Battle. Once Final Battle hits, everything matters. But everything else leading up to that, it's like, all right, well, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Like when I went to the 15th anniversary show about a year ago, I didn't even know the card. I just went to the show. I didn't know the card.
Yeah, I never.
I drove to Vegas and I went just because I wanted to see the show.
I never know who's like. I don't know anything about the rivalries going on in Ring of Honor
because nothing matters until the week before the pay-per-view, and then they bring in this whole reason on why I have to win the title. It's weird.
Yeah.
That's one thing WWE does better than Ring of Honor is that they do make everything feel a little bit more important.
WWE has had some problems, but I feel like the sum of its parts, WWE still do. Like I still enjoy WWE.
Yeah, I think WWE needs competition to relieve the pressure of all the talents they signed.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Because if half the talent's left, and they would have a good solid roster.
Like get rid. Like I don't need Heath Slater and Rhino. I don't care.
We should probably run up. My voice is starting to go.
Yeah.
But before we do that.
So real quick, you think, I mean, Kenny Omega is definitely going to, 2019 is an exciting time for professional wrestling. Hopefully, because 2018 we saw some fucking great matches. Hopefully in 2019 we see even better matches. And hopefully WWE fulfills this promise of theirs where they're going to be doing creative changes. I sure fucking hope so. But so far... Put your money where your mouth is, WWE.
Right. All right. So I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna switch things up a little bit.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, Connor.
Yes, Griff.
So who's the best wrestler of the week?
God. I have to. I mean, obviously, like it's so easy to say Kenny Omega because the entire wrestling like world is just on pins and needles, wondering what he's going to do. But I am going to say, you know who the best is?
Just so everybody who's maybe never seen this before, this isn't actual best wrestler. It's just who you like the most this week.
I will tell you, and this hurts because I love Asuka so much. I don't care about the SmackDown title now that it's off of Becky Lynch. Therefore, Becky Lynch is the best.
And who is the best of 2018?
The best wrestler of 2018.
I would say.
I mean, it's matches. He's in like pretty much all of them.
I think he's been the most consistent wrestler of the year, and he's consistently putting on fantastic matches.
I actually would have to agree.
Cool.
As much as I want to say like Aleister Black or something, because I like Johnny Gargano, and
Aleister Black's my favorite wrestler, but that's not.
I do like the storyline they're going with. I did read spoilers, so I feel like some of what you've said, the storyline going forward, I think some of it's right. Because it does seem like the storyline of Johnny Gargano is the fight for Johnny Gargano's soul. Mm-hmm. There's the right thing to do and the easy thing to do. And lately, Johnny Gargano's been choosing the easy thing to do because that gets results, and the right thing to do doesn't always get results. Mm-hmm. So it's a really compelling story. It's a long story, and I'm kind of hoping, I really hope that if this is supposed to end at Brooklyn 4 at WrestleMania weekend, I hope that's the end of it. I hope this Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano story ends there because, wow, almost a 2-year story. Holy shit. Like, fantastic fucking storytelling.
I think it's going to end in Toronto at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Because that's where it started, right?
That's so long. No, I want it to end.
That's where they won the tag titles, right?
Yeah, but I want it to end at Brooklyn so I can.
I know.
So I can live my life again.
I think they do a couple months of them being friends, leading to him turning, and then
My wife and kids miss me, and they don't understand. No, honey, I need to know what happens to Johnny Gargano. Who's Johnny Gargano?
Right.
He doesn't know anymore.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard to dispute that.
I almost wanted to say Becky, but I feel like Becky turned it up in the second half, not the first
AJ
half.
Styles.
All right.
I think AJ Styles has solidified a Hall of Fame worthy career in WWE this year. Sure, he was not the main event, but I'm over it.
He added some stats to his career.
Well, I'm over him not being the main event of every show. Like, it's fine. CM Punk wasn't the main event of when he was the champion.
Main event's overrated.
It's like it's like the title. It's wrestling's not real, guys.
Well, I've always said, like, in my perfect world, the main event is a cluster.
The only main event to me that matters is the main event of WrestleMania.
Right. I've always said the main event should always be a clusterfuck and should be fun over booking, and then the mid card should be where the talent is.
To a point. Like, one of the things that made The Rock Austin 2 really good, and one of the things that ruined it was that for a majority of the match, it was just Austin and The Rock going at it. And then as soon as Vince McMahon showed up, it kind of ruined what was a really good match.
Yeah, that's just me though.
Yeah.
That's an old school booking.
But like the SummerSlam, the Fatal 4-Way SummerSlam was a clusterfuck and it was great.
Yeah.
So there's
clusterfuck. Like, that should be the main event. Should be where, oh, he interrupted. He's distracting the ref. Oh my god, what's happening? You know, like, I think that should be reserved for the main event. Mid card should be, I'm the best. No, I'm the best. Let's fight for it.
But I think AJ Styles has just he's hit it out of the park.
All right.
Despite, the limits of the WWE style, because us internet wrestling fans love that.
Yeah.
We love saying that so much. Like, sorry that AJ Styles can't almost break his neck every night, guys. Right. But,
I don't believe that's... I believe you're right. That's what, I wasn't going to disagree with you. I'm completely agreeing with you. But I don't get where people have that mindset. Because, like, I was on a forum...
It's because we're on the internet.
I was on a forum. You probably saw it, where someone was like, I said, who's better, Seth Rollins or Kevin Owens? And I gave my reason. It's Kenny Omega. And they were like, well, you don't understand the platform. And I'm like, we're not talking about hypotheticals.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from what I've seen to what it is right now. Kenny Omega's a better wrestler.
Seth Rollins is good, but Kenny Omega is better.
Yeah. I'm just checking to see what Hulk Hogan said.
Yeah. So, I mean, Johnny Gargano's a good. I'm upset. The only reason I think I'm picking AJ Styles is to be different.
That's fine. You can copy me. It's fine.
Yeah. Actually, no. I take it back. Velveteen Dream.
breakout star.
I think Velveteen Dream has gone above and beyond what people expected from him, to the point where his match with Tommaso Ciampa was this. If his match against Aleister Black was this star-making performance, Tommaso Ciampa's match with him was cemented his place. He needs to, like, 2019 needs to end with him holding that NXT heavyweight title.
Sasha Banks facing Ronda Rousey at the Rumble.
Gross.
Sasha Banks versus Ronda Rousey?
Yeah.
Isn't that the match everybody fucking wanted?
That's not the match.
That's the match I want.
We'll talk about it off air, but I'm not crazy about Sasha Banks. I think Sasha Banks
still hasn't come out yet.
Sasha Banks is a lot of like empty promises to me. Oh, she's so good.
I'm just talking about, like, I want to see Ronda in a wrestling match with a real wrestler.
She's gonna kill.
I know they had it with
Natalia.
No. Charlotte,
yeah.
But it ended with a no DQ, and it became a whole storyline angle.
Well, shit. There goes my prediction. Fuck. I was gonna say Charlotte beats Ronda for the Raw Women's title. Becky wins the Rumble. Oh God. That means Charlotte and Becky are gonna win that Rumble, and they're gonna do a Lex Luger Bret Hart thing. Except it'll just be a triple threat.
What I think I still think it's gonna be Asuka, Charlotte versus Ronda, and
is it Fatal 4-Way?
No. 2 separate matches.
Asuka, Charlotte, Becky,
Asuka, Charlotte for the SmackDown. Ronda, Becky. I think Charlotte's gonna beat Asuka and Becky in a triple threat match at Rumble. Or Charlotte's gonna beat Becky on SmackDown, win the #1 contendership to face Asuka at Rumble, win. They keep that feud going till WrestleMania.
They turn Charlotte
Becky
heel.
goes in the Rumble, enters at number 6.
They do the full on heel turn with Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not going to work.
It's going to be the story of Asuka is undefeated, but she's never beaten Charlotte.
And then she beats her at WrestleMania. I hope so, unless Vince McMahon's like, no, Charlotte.
I think that's the better story.
Here's
you get 2 big matches versus 1 giant match.
Here's how I see that booking going. Charlotte. Why? She's blonde. God damn it, Vince.
But Vince has been very vocal, apparently, according to the dirt sheets, very vocal about how surprised he was that people love Asuka, and he's actually it gave him a lot of ideas.
Good.
And so he's willing to book her. Because the problem was with Asuka, which we all knew was going to happen, was Vince doesn't know how to book someone like Asuka.
He doesn't know how to book.
So he thought making her lose would make her seem down more so he can put her in more situations, and it ended up just going, well, I don't really know what to do.
Hey, Vince, you know what we liked about Asuka? She was fucking killer.
Well, it was the same thing, because this is going to sound really dumb, but when I play the WWE games, and I'm always doing a universe mode, and Asuka comes in, I'm like, well, I don't know how to book her because I can't have her lose. This is before the streak broke.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't really put her against Ember Moon because Asuka's got to win, and it wasn't fun. Now that she's beaten, I can come up with more stories.
Oh,
so I get that.
I get where you're coming
from.
But
I don't think Vince had any ideas, and now he does. So that's where I would say they do. They do Asuka's redemption against Charlotte at WrestleMania. She loses twice, so Charlotte looks better in the overall feud, but the final feud ends with Asuka winning.
At WrestleMania.
I'm losing my voice hard. So
no worries. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Sit Down and Pile Drive. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at SDPD Podcast. There we go.
There you go, man.
Follow me on Instagram at Connor's a Jerk. You can also follow me on Twitter at Connor's a Jerk 1 because somebody got to be a jerk first.
That's more of a jerk.
Yeah.
You should have changed the Connor's more of a jerk.
Connor's a bigger jerk.
Yeah.
No, also follow Color Circuit on YouTube. We have a Twitch, twitch.tv/Color Circuit Live.
Should be a subscription right above or next to you or below.
Hit the subscribe button, guys. Share this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Yep.
We don't know what's going to happen in the future for Sit Down and Pile Drive on Color Circuit.
We're not going anywhere.
We're not going anywhere. We're still going to be doing a wrestling podcast, but a lot of stuff right now is up in the air regarding the future of a bunch of shows on Color Circuit. So I want to do more of this, and it'd be cool if we did it on Color Circuit, but there are things that are out of our control, and we can only do so much. Again, Connor and Connor doing a wrestling podcast, not going anywhere. The future of where we do the podcast is up in the air, or when we do the podcast is up in the air. But thank you so much, guys, for continuing to support our show. We have very obviously put a lot of heart and soul into this specific show, and to have people recognize us and appreciate what we do means a lot to us. So thank you so much, guys. Again, follow Color Circuit. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We have a Facebook page. We have a Patreon with a bunch of reward tiers for your financial support. You get a lot of good stuff. So check that out. And anything you want to plug?
No, just follow our Twitter.
Yeah.
Get the name out there. We want to grow this thing.
Hell
we
yeah,
don't
man.
want to. I make the jokes all the time about the 4 people who follow us or the 10 people watching and whatever it is, but I want to get that number up. I want us to become a real thing.
Same.
I love doing this. So please, if you're one of the 3 people watching, one of our 3 followers, tell someone, get us to 6, have them tell someone, get us to 9. That's all I can ask.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much, guys.
Laters.
I got to go walk over there to turn it off.
Hey, everybody. Connor here. I just want to say I love you guys. I don't know why. I've held these emotions for years, and I didn't know how to say them to you because I was just shy. But anyway, take care. Bye. I don't know if we're gone yet. Oh, okay, this is awkward.